Gupta, and I'm going to show you how to plot the double y-axis curve or double y-axis bar graph on Origin Pro stacked together side by side. So here you go. This is the Origin 9 that I have on my computer. Once you open, you see this screen here. Normally they come up with this only 2 columns, but I have my data here on the Excel sheet, and it has, you can see, I 1 2 3 4 5 columns. So to add the column, what we do is like go to column, add new columns and number of columns that you want. So right now I want 3. I'll say 3 and say okay. As you can see, there is 3 more columns added here. So now we need data to plot the graph. So we get the data from here. What we do is I just copy this um, name of the data, and I'll put it here, paste, and then I'll copy the data. That's these are my data I want, and I copy it, and then I put in starting from 1 because this is for the unit and the comment, so we don't put our data here. We start our data from this uh, row and we save it. So as you can see, this has sign. This comes because the name that is here on this in this column or in this cell is this column width is not sufficient. So what it is, once you increase this width, it will bring the name, it will show the name up there instead of the hash. As you can see, it came up. Same thing for here, change it. Okay, so this is the data we have now, and from data actually I don't need this one, so I'll delete it. To delete, you just right click on the column, delete, it will go up. The same thing I don't need here, so you just select it, right click, delete, and okay. So here you can see we have this plus minus 1.67. That's for the error, and this works in the Excel using this way as a plus minus in the same cell. But on this Origin Pro, what you need to do is you need to create another column and put the error, making that column to be the error column. So how we do is like we just add a column first, insert a column, it will insert a column, and then the same thing here. Okay, let's insert one more column first. So we insert this one. Okay, from here add one column. Okay, and now we this, as you can see, this one is C1Y, meaning this whatever data it will go in here will go on the y-axis in the graph. So but we need this column to be the error column, and which is not the y-axis. So what we do is like we to change this column to be the error column, we right click on here, we first select the column, right click it, and then set as, and then y error, because this is going for the by column. So this is and this error is going to be the error for the data on the y-axis. That's why we put this one as a y error. So see, it changed to C1Y error plus minus. Okay, the same thing we do for here, because this is going to be the error for this dy column. Same thing, right click, set as y. Okay, as you can see, as a default it took a as an x-axis, rest of them as a y-axis. If you want to change this and make this one as like you want these data to be on y-axis, then the same way you can do is like select the column, right click, set as, and then you can do y, then it says a as a y. Okay, but we need this one right now. I need this one as a x-axis, so I'll make change to x-axis. Similarly, you can do for the z as well, g-axis as well. As you can see here, the option is given. So that's for that one. Now I'll put my values of the error in this column manually. Like for this one, I have 1.67, so I'll enter 1.67 here. Same way I'll do for the next one. 88. Okay. if you want to give the name to it, it will be easy so I can remember while plotting. We need that, so I'll give the name to it as a strength error, since it is coming for the this flexure strength and the error for that. So I'll just give the name as a strength error. Okay, the same thing here. Oh, sorry, it's strength chain. Okay, the same thing here. This is um, error for this modulus, so I'll put this one as a modulus error. Okay, and just to see the whole thing, I'll increase the width of each of these columns. Okay, and we're ready to plot the graph now. Okay, I'm sorry, we just first need to delete this plus minus error from the main column of the data, because this doesn't read that as a number, Origin Pro, but it is readable in Excel, as most of you know it. So I'll delete all. So what we do is like to plot the graph, we go to plot, then we are going to plot like double axis, because we need this one on y-axis and this one on other y-axis as well. So we are going to plot as a double y-axis graph. Then we go to plot, go to multi-curve, and there is a double y here. There are other options too, but right now we are doing double y, so we'll just select double y-axis. Then it shows this dialog box where they ask you like what data you want on what axis, and you can select. So this sample, as you can see here, it goes, yeah, I want it on the x-axis, so I'll select as under the x-axis. Flexure strength, I want it on the y-axis, so I'll select here. Same way, strength error goes with this one, and it also goes with the y, so I'll just put it on y-axis. And the rest of them I'll do later as a second layer, because right now it will create only one layer, so I don't want that to happen. So I will select OK, and then it draws the graph here. The wrong one, so we'll go back again. Yeah, what I did was I didn't select the error as an error column, I selected the y-axis, which is wrong. So what we do is you go to plot, go to multi-curve again, double y, and then x as a sample, y as in flexure strength, and this strength error, it has this error column already here. I select the y-axis on the other one, which are wrong. So what you do is I select under this one, you tick this box here, not y. That's how it goes to the error. Otherwise, it, like you saw in the previous graph, it took as a y-axis and it plotted a new graph for that, so that was the error. So now I'll already selected on the error, so I'll select OK, and then you can see this error is here on the same. We don't have two graphs, so this is for one, and since we have like two graphs, two y-axis, so this is for one y-axis and the other will be for the second y-axis. So this one you see 1 and 2, this shows the layer. This is one layer that we have plotted, this flexure strength. Now we'll plot for the second layer, that will be for flexure modulus. So the way to import the data for this one is like double click on this one and then select this one. So it will show all those data on our Excel sheet here. So the one that you want on that second right y-axis to be, you just select from here. So I want the flexure modulus to be on the second y-axis, it will go, and then I'll select this, hit this arrow, it will come on this side, because whatever is on this side will be plotted. The same way I want that error to be there, plotted on that axis, this layer again. So I'll select this one again, and this comes up. So what I do is I select OK, and it plots the next y-axis, and you can see the color matching color, which means like this y-axis is for this graph and this y-axis is for this graph. So and okay, so this is done, and I want to change this range. I don't want this range. As you can see, my range goes from almost 2 and above and less than to 3.5. So I want this one to be less than that, so I can have it like up here, my graph, instead of this down. So to change this range, what you can do is you double click on any of these ranges here. So you double click it, and then you go to scale. I want it from 2 to 4. And the increment will be 0.2. So I'll apply. See, you can see the range now change, and all those data, all this plotted point moves up. But this looks like too many points, so I want to decrease it. So I'll make the increment to be 0.4. Now I'll apply. See, it decreases. Now I'll hit OK. The same thing I'll do for here, since these are like kind of overlapping. So to make it distinguished, I'll change this one, that range, and go to scale again. Do it from 70 to 110. Let's more than 110, so I'll do it 115, and the increment will be 10. Let's see. Yep, that's good. Now it's distinguishable, so they both appear different separately. Okay. Now this is a line graph. I don't want line graphs. I want to plot it as a bar graph. So first what I'll do is I'll remove this line. To remove this line, what you do is like you click on this line. This is like two graphs, so we will do it one by one. First I'll click on this line, double click it, and then this dialog box will come. Then you go to line, you select the connect, and then it says straight. Now you select no line to if you don't want the line. So that's how you don't want the line. You remove the line from there. You apply, and you can see the line is gone for this graph. The same we can do for the next graph from here, or you can just close this dialog box again and do the same thing. Double click on this one and then select the line and no line. But I'll do it from here. For something else, okay. Okay. Oh, this one here again, so you have to select both of them, because one is for the error, other is for the main. So you have to select no line for both of them, and then select apply, and then see, you can see this line is gone from here, and then you click on OK. That's it. And now we want the bar graph for both of the graphs. So what you do is like you right click on any of these point of the each graph. So I'll right click on the black one right now, and then we go to change plot to, and then we want this column or the bar. So we select that bar, and now it comes as a bar. Okay, so this comes as a bar for this one. Similarly we do for the second one. So to do that, bring that bar graph for the second one, what we do is first go to the second layer here, and then right click it, the same way we did for the other. Change plot to, and then column. See, you can see this, but now you can see they are both overlapped. To make it, since we are doing it stacking it sidewise, so the way to do it on this Origin Pro is you double click on the graph anywhere, you go to graph, and then go to miscellaneous, and then you select this column bar gap offset across layers. Okay, and now you apply and OK. You can see they are now stacked sidewise. Okay, so this is done as you wanted. Now I want to change this color of these fillings of the graph, because I don't like this color. So double click. That's for the black bar graph. So I'll go to this fill color, and then color, go to individual colors, and then I will select the one that I want. that color to be. I want this olive right now. I'll select olive, and if you want pattern you can also use the pattern. So right now I'll select this. You can select any of this pattern. I'm going to select this medium one and then apply. You can see the pattern and the color has changed on this graph. Similarly you can do it for the second one from here, or you can close and then double click there and do it. I'll do it from here. Go to select one of these that brings up the color. So this one is not showing the color, so I'll not go here. I'll go to the next one and see this one is showing the blue color that it has. Same way I'll select color, I'll select individual color. I want the other color. Let's say I want the gray color now. I'll select the gray color. So, and then I also want the different pattern on this one. So I'll select one pattern. Let's say how does it look? Let's see. That doesn't look that good. Let me select another one. Sparse line. That looks kind of okay. So I've selected this. I've changed everything. Now I'll just hit OK. So that's done. And this is a legend that I want. So here I want this legend to be inside this one, but you can see there is only one legend, but we have two just separate paragraphs. It means we need a legend for other one too, and the way to do is like right click here and new legend, and it will bring up these legends for all. Here this is for this is for the error that I put in there, so I don't want that one to be there. So what I do is I double click it and I select OK. So we changed that, and now I want to change this one because these names were really big and it cannot fit in there. That's why they are like overlapping. So I want also I don't want this one because I don't want anything to go on the y-axis. If you want, you can just type whatever you want. If you don't want, you can just delete it. I want to delete it because I don't want it. Okay, so I want this one to be like the way it looks good, and I want it to be like in some angle so that it fits exactly on the same graph I have. So I double click it and then I go to custom tick labels and I put a rotation degree, so that it rotates in a certain angle. I want that to be 20 degrees, let's say, and then apply. See, now you can see it clearly, all the names and all the names like below it. So that looks good now. Okay, so that's this one, and if you want to change this, if this is really below for you, if you want it like move up, you can just keep this vertical to like 90%, so that it will go up like that, but 90% looks like more, so I'll just decrease that, and I'll decrease more. I'll decrease to 60%. And you can also change the level to be wherever you want. Like now it is centered. If you want like center between ticks, it will go like here, but I don't want that. That doesn't look good. I like that center default. That's good. So that's good. I think that should go a little bit more down here, so I want that to be 50%. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay, so now that is done, and then if you want to change the name of this, the way to it automatically takes from this graph once you plot it. If you still want to change and do something else, what you can do is just double click it, and then this percentage sign means it is taking as a formula from the graph. If you want to add anything else, you can just add anything separately. Like let's say I want anything, just say GPA. It's already in there, but still I want to see it. Let's just show you how to do it. Okay, and okay, can you just see there is 2 GPA because one I added, one it took from the graph. Here you can see that on the graph there is GPA here. So I'll delete that because I don't want it, or it's already there. I'll just delete it and then just click anywhere, it will come up. So okay, so that's it, that's my graph. And now I want this graph to be imported as an image for me to use it on my wherever the papers I want to write. So the way to do it is like go to file and then export graph, open dialog, and okay, the format of the image you want are here. Like if you want GIF, if you want .jpg, if you want .pdf, .png, they're all options there. I want .tif right now, so I'll select .tif, and then the name that you want to give to your graph is here. I'll give like let's say it is flexure graph for me, so do flexure flexure graph flexure. And this is your location, this is the path where you want to save your file. Here you can choose the place where you want to. Right now it is here, that's where I want E drive, this folder here, but if you want to change, you select here, click here, and then these all those folders shows, and then you can just select wherever you want to save, and then just click OK. But I don't want to do so, it's just fine for me, just cancel, it's already good. And then I don't want anything else to be changed here, everything else is fine. But if you want different resolution, you can change it from here. I want 300, that's fine. You can change all this if you want the way you want it to look. So after doing that, you just hit OK. It's saved. Let's make sure it's saved, so I'll go to that folder. This is my folder where I saved, and I saved it as a hybrid graph here. Double click it, see this is the same graph I made. So yeah, that's it, this is the final graph. You can import, you have already exported, I can use it anywhere I want as a picture. So that's it for right now to plot this graph on two y-axis using the Origin Pro 9. So I'm signing off for right now. Thank you very much for watching.